Hey everyone! In this video, I'll show you how easy it is to install Django Email Learning. If you are not sure what Django Email Learning is, check the link in the description. But the short version, it's an email-based learning content platform. As the name suggests, it's a Django app, so Python is the programming language. So you can install it in your current Django web service or spin up a brand new Django project with this app. Here we are going to use the init script, which install it as a fresh Django service. But you can also check the documentation and read the docs if you want to install it in your current Django service. Here I am in an empty demo folder, and I have already activated a new virtual environment with Python 3.14. This app requires Python 3.12 or higher and can be installed on Django 5 and higher versions. Let's make sure the environment is fresh with no Python package installed yet. Okay, let's install it. Pip install Django-email-learning. If we check the installed packages now, you will see that Django Email Learning and its dependencies are installed. But note that Django itself is still not installed. To make life easier, this app comes with a built-in installer script. Just run it and follow the prompts. Django-email-learning-init. Let's just call our project demo. Here it's asking us what path it should use for the URLs of our app. We will leave it as its default, which is email-learning. Here it's asking if we also want to install the optional AI text editing feature. This helps course provider edit their lesson contents and get alternative suggestion for selected piece of text. Right now, it only supports OpenAI models. So you need an OpenAI account and API key if you choose to install this feature. If you prefer a different LLM, you can create your own implementation of the AI service protocol. Django Email Learning's config gives you a way to override that. For now, we are not going to install with the AI feature, but it's good to know if you select yes here. It will later ask for the API key to set up as an environment variable. And in this step, it is asking if we want to enable Google Workspace group enrollment. This lets organizations that use Google Workspace enroll every member of a group or several groups into a course at once. Since it uses Google OAuth, you will need a GCP project with an OAuth 2 web application credentials to use this feature. It also shows you the redirect URL to use for the local development server when you are creating your OAuth credentials in Google Cloud Platform. Now it's installing Django along with Python.m to store sensitive data as environment variable in a .m file instead of hard-coding them in your code. It also adds a gitignore file to prevent accidentally pushing this file to your repository. But you should know, if you enter credentials during the setup, they will be saved as plain text in the .m file. Ideally, you would have separate credentials for each environment and never use production credentials for local development. It configures the Django settings and URLs, creates a login template, and runs the Django migrations. This script is meant for setting up a project in local development. So the database it's configured with for now is SQLite. And finally, it's running the create superuser management command to create an admin superuser for your Django project. I will just leave the username as Avacode Solutions, skip the email for now, and enter password. And confirm it again. Well, that's it. The service in this dev environment is configured to use the console as the email backend, so it will not send real emails. Before you go to production, a lot of these settings will need to be adjusted, so check the docs from the link in the description for full details. Now let's run the dev server. Let's log in with the superuser we've just created. And now we're in. By default, Django Email Learning creates a first organization and calls it My Organization. You can go into the organization and edit the name, along with other info like description, logo, or whether it should be public or not. So, we are done with our installation. If you try this out and have any question, feel free to ask in the YouTube comments or in the GitHub repository discussions. If you like the project, a star on GitHub goes a long way in supporting us. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.